German Chancellor Olaf Scholz said Wednesday that the principle of inviolability of borders applies to every country, however powerful, and suggested that expansionist comments by US President-elect Donald Trump are meeting with incomprehension among European leaders. Trump on Tuesday said he would not rule out the use of military force to seize control of the Panama Canal and Greenland, an autonomous territory of Denmark, a longtime US ally and a member of NATO and the European Union, as he declared US control of both to be vital to American national security. In a hastily arranged statement to reporters, Scholz said he held talks earlier in the day with several European leaders, whom he didn't name, and the President of the European Council. He said it was a long-standing central principle that borders must not be moved by force, a principle that Russian President Vladimir Putin violated with his war in Ukraine. He said that, during Wednesday's discussion, a certain incomprehension became clear regarding current statements from the US. The principle of inviolability of borders applies to every country, regardless of whether it is to the east or west of us, and every state must abide by it, regardless of whether it is a small country or a very powerful state. It is a fundamental principle of international law and a key part of what we call Western values, he added. Scholz did not refer to Trump by name or mention the details of his comments. The center-left Social Democrat, who is seeking a second term in an early election next month, also noted that NATO is a central pillar of the transatlantic relationship. At his news conference on Tuesday, Trump said he believes that NATO should dramatically increase its spending targets, with members committing to spend at least 5% of their GDPs on defense spending, up from the current 2%.
In meinen Gesprächen mit unseren europäischen Partnerinnen und Partnern ist deshalb ein gewisses Unverständnis deutlich geworden, was aktuelle Äußerungen aus den USA angeht. Das Prinzip der Unverletzlichkeit von Grenzen gilt für jedes Land, egal ob es im Osten von uns liegt oder im Westen. Und daran muss sich jeder Staat halten, egal ob es ein kleines Land ist oder ein sehr mächtiger Staat. Es ist ein Grundprinzip des Völkerrechts und Kernbestandteil dessen, was wir westliche Werte nennen. Daran kann und darf es kein Rütteln geben. Klar ist, auf absehbare Zeit ist die Sicherheitslage in Europa sehr angespannt. Darauf müssen wir entschlossen und besonnen reagieren. In engster Abstimmung mit unseren Partnern werden wir unsere Verteidigungsfähigkeit stärken. Genau dafür gibt es in der NATO ein geregeltes Verfahren. Auf Grundlage einer detaillierten Bedrohungsanalyse werden sehr präzise die nötigen militärischen Fähigkeiten bestimmt und dann mit allen Bündnispartnern besprochen. Wichtig ist, dass wir in diesen Fragen zusammenstehen und geschlossen handeln.
China on Tuesday slammed the US for unwarrantedly suppressing Chinese companies after the US blacklisted some of its tech firms for alleged military links. The US Defense Department has added dozens of Chinese technology companies, including Tencent, artificial intelligence firm SenseTime and the world's biggest battery maker CATL, to its list of companies it says have ties with China's military. The US has in recent years sought to restrict the sharing of advanced technology, including semiconductors and artificial intelligence, deeming it to be a threat to national security. It has also imposed export controls on critical technologies to China, including advanced chips and semiconductor manufacturing equipment. During a daily news briefing, Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson Guo Jiaquan urged the US to immediately correct its wrong practices and lift the illegal unilateral sanctions and long-arm jurisdiction on Chinese companies. China consistently and firmly opposes the US overstretching the concept of national security, creating discriminatory lists under various pretexts, and unwarrantedly suppressing Chinese companies, hindering China's high-quality development, Guo said. Meanwhile, China is ramping up efforts to achieve technological self-sufficiency by investing heavily in sectors such as semiconductors and automobile technology. Asked about President-elect Donald Trump's remarks on his communication with Chinese President Xi Jinping, Guo said China attaches importance to the statement. In an interview with talk show host Hugh Hewitt, Trump said he had been speaking with Xi through representatives and he believed that they would get along very well. Without confirming the dialogue between the two leaders, Guo said China and the US maintain communication through various means, and that China wanted to work with the US to promote the stable, healthy, and sustainable development of bilateral relations. Separately, Guo defended a Chinese Coast Guard vessel's patrol in disputed waters in the South China Sea after the Philippines accused the ship of maintaining an illegal presence in its exclusive economic zone. The Philippine Coast Guard has dispatched BRP Cabra and 2 aircraft to monitor the movement of the Chinese Coast Guard ship 5901, urging it to leave the waters. At the briefing, Guo extended congratulations to Indonesia for joining the BRICS as a full member. Indonesia's entry to the group served the interests of BRICS countries and the Global South, and would make a positive contribution to the development of the BRICS mechanism, said Guo. Guo also reiterated the Chinese government's commitment to the principles of legal, timely, open, and transparent release of information on infectious diseases when asked about foreign travelers' concerns over the recent surging infections of respiratory illnesses across the country.
中方一贯坚决反对美方泛化国家安全概念、划设各类名目的歧视性清单，无理打压中国企业，遏制中国高质量发展。中国人民的发展权利不可剥夺，不容无视。我们敦促美方立即纠正错误做法，立即解除对中国企业的非法单边制裁和长臂管辖。中方重视特朗普当选总统的上述表态，中美通过各种方式保持着沟通。中方愿同美方秉持相互尊重、和平共处、合作共赢的原则，推动中美关系稳定、健康、可持续发展，造福两国，惠及世界。中国海警依法在相关海域巡航执法，无可厚非。中方欢迎并热烈祝贺印尼成为金砖正式成员。印尼作为发展中大国和全球南方的重要力量，高度认同金砖精神，积极参与金砖加合作。印尼正式加入金砖，符合金砖国家和全球南方的共同利益，相信将为金砖机制发展做出积极贡献。中国政府始终坚持依法、及时、公开、透明地发布传染病的信息。你提到的具体问题，建议向中方的主管部门进行了解。